Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another day on the house build. So if you're with us in the last video, we got this wall up here all ready for getting the plumbing and stuff put inside it for the new kitchen area that's going in. We haven't gone and mounted it for that reason. We were talking, Dara and I were talking, and we decided that we'd try and work out what we're doing with the bathroom as well before the plumber come, because it might be easier while the walls and everything are off to be able to run plumbing and everything into the bathroom at the same time, get things done. So we're going to take you in there real quick, show you what we're up to. So in the bathroom area here, we've got the toilet just next door, and what we want to do is we want to knock this wall out here. Now I had a mate around here who's a builder, and he's had a look, and this is a non-structural wall, so we can actually take it out. But before we do take it out, we've got to go into the roof, and we've got to pin the actual trusses up there, make sure everything's held nice and tidy, so we can just go ahead and start knocking this out. Now to knock this out, what we are going to use is a concrete saw up along the wall, try and make it as nice and tidy as we can, because we are going to be boxing this wall, this door in here, making that nice, this wall being here a complete wall, and that's going to open it up into the toilet, and we'll have one area that's going to be bathroom toilet together. We figured while we've got the concrete saw, we're going to take care of another room as well. So the last bedroom we have to take care of here is this one here. Now this was one that at the start we took a window out of that wall there. Now we want to have another window put into this wall here. We have got a spare window that we did remove from the house already. So what we're going to do, we've done the measurements and stuff, and everything's sweet for what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, mark out this area here in this wall, and we've got the materials to put a lintel in, so we're going to have to knock out a layer of bricks so we can push that material in, feed it back through, sit it all in, mortar it in, and then once that's done we can mark out the rest of the window underneath it and start smashing the bricks out here as well. We thought, well, we've got the saw, we can just take care of both jobs at once. We'll get that window in, we'll get that door, that wall taken care of in the bathroom, so we can start sorting out the plumbing in there, and then we should be sweet. That'll be everything pretty much structural in the house that's existing already, getting done and good to go. So in saying that, I'm going to go and cut some material, get up in that roof and start putting some support beams in.
Another magnificent program of distinction by that master hand, that connoisseur and dilettante, that untiring seeker of new talent, SYLVESTER MACARONI. Who again, with his keen perception as on earth, in you find a great discovery, that brilliant virtuoso and genius of the symphony, Maestro Michel Mouse, who is to be our guest conductor for this evening. Now the Maestro is approaching the podium. He raises his baton, and we hear...
To get them braces up and in the roof. They're all sorted. I did have a bit of trouble with my nail gun. I don't know if it was just because the wood is so hard, it was struggling to get them nails in. So we went and grabbed the drill and chucked a heap of screws through them just to make sure that they're all solid. Definitely give them a decent yank. They're not moving nowhere. They're pretty safe. As for now, we're going to go into that room, get all the stuff tidied up so we can make a start on marking out where this window is going in this wall.
He raises his baton, and we hear...
Alright guys, so it's the next day. As you can see here, we did get around to marking out where we wanted this window to sit. We've done a couple of different heights and stuff, worked out this was going to work out best for us. is go ahead, we're going to remove this air conditioner out of the wall, and then we're just going to chip the mortar back, find our brick line, and make sure we're in line of some sort to be able to find that and drop it down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the top line just above where the window is going to sit out, and then we're going to try and feed our lentil piece in there, pull it back out, then we'll mortar that in, and then once that's all set, good to go, we'll be able to drop the rest of the wall underneath it, get it cut out, knock that wall out, and fingers crossed we'll have a nice hole we'll be able to push ourselves a new window into. So the window we've got, we originally had in the old shed that was out the back. We've got it there, and Dara kind of wanted to keep all the windows the same as what's already in the house, so it looks the same all round. So this seems exactly the same as what's in the house, so we're going to reuse it, save ourselves a bit of coin as well, and have ourselves a window back in the wall looking out so it looks all sweet. As for that, let's go ahead, start knocking this mortar off and get this aircon out. So the next thing I'm going to go and do is just go to each of the corners. We've got this super long drill here. I want to drill right through so it goes through both parts of the wall. So on the other side, I know that I can just mark a line between the holes and have our box section out there. Then once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and knock the top section out to the lentil, work out where that's going to go, then start knocking the bricks and mortar out from that section there so we can get our lentil in. Just roll it in a little bit and fold it, and we should be sweet. Fingers crossed this all works perfectly. It's a little bit daunting, I've never done anything like this before, so it's very daunting. But we're going to go ahead and give it a crack anyway and see how we go. We've got the lentil up and in there, looking fantastic. So the next thing I was going to do was go outside and start knocking the other bricks out the other way. So we had another lentil there, but to put the other lentil in. But then I had a bit of an idea. Looking from here, I'm thinking, because now we've got this open area, we can get the lentil in there. All I need to do really is take all the mortar out from underneath the bricks. So if I can do that nice and tidy, hopefully we can bring the lentil in from this side, push it in so it goes through, then we just have to mortar it up on the other side and it should come up fantastic. Then we put this one in, put our bricks back in, mortar it all up, and fingers crossed we get ourselves a supported wall. We can start knocking our window box out. So, in saying that, let's go and give that a crack. Alright, so at this point it's not looking too promising, but in saying that, I'm not 100% sure because as we went to put the angle in, the top bricks just dropped down a little bit. Some of them dropped down, so what I've gone and done, it's got some concrete sheeting, just broken it into little pieces, jacked it open, spaced it now. So hopefully if that angle goes in, we'll be able to push it right in, just knock it the last bit and it'll just knock them bits and pieces out and we're good to go. But for now we're going to go inside, see how we go. Try to chuck this thing in. Hopefully we get it, otherwise we'll be knocking a layer of bricks out so we can get it in. Alright, so there you go, we've got both lentils in the walls now. Now we just got to go and mix up some mortar and chuck some bricks in, get it all sanded out. Then tomorrow we can come back, cut this window out. So let's go ahead and mix some mortar, chuck these bricks in. We've got our first lentil all dug in, bricked up. I've gone ahead and I've put a bit of concrete on the top of the lentil, put our bricks in, we've got concrete going around the actual outsides of it. As you've seen, the way I'm doing it, it's kind of getting a lot in the back but not so much at the front. So what I've gone and done is just gone and filled it all in. And I found instead of using a scraper, it was just easier to just grab my hand and just kneading it into the holes, all the gaps, and getting it right through. You can see it going right through, so should be sweet as. So we're going to leave that one to dry for now. Then we're going to go outside and do the same for the outside one. Well, that was unexpected.
You got emotion. You got oh no no.
Alright guys, so I'm not going to lie, that was a bit scary. When I took the railing off that holds this little crappy roof up here, and that is getting removed, and we're getting something new put here, so we're not too worried about damaging that bit. I just wanted it out of the way of where we're putting this window. And as you've seen, when I removed the rail, all the bricks just kind of collapsed in, and I've spooked out a bit, but we managed to pry bar it up, get a couple of bricks in there, and then just as we were concreting them in, just knock them in, and it kind of lifted the wall majority of the way. Had a couple of little cracks up the top there. I've just gone over with the mortar as well just to seal them all up, but pretty happy with the overall outcome there. Looks pretty good, and we know that lintel's holding the weight of that wall quite good, which is absolutely fantastic. But these two lintels did take a little bit longer than we expected today, so we are going to call it up here. Going to back tomorrow, start cutting into these walls and get them done. By that stage, everything should be nice and dry, should be sweet, and we're going to have a big hole in the wall. Looking forward to it. On that note, we'll catch you tomorrow. Alright guys, it's a couple of days later, we're back here. Now, what I've just gone and done is our holes that we blew through the wall, up there, and down here. I've just gone and used that as a mark, so we've gone and lined a line between it. Same on the other side, just so we've got some line to carry through to go with the saw. So we've borrowed ourselves a saw here. Thanks to Suvad Mezic, handyman in DYALLA. Lent us a saw to get through this wall, so never used one before. We're going to go ahead and see how we go. Fingers crossed we get some success. check it out, we've managed to get the window up and mounted in. Everything's gone pretty smoothly so far. We've got 6 dynabolts holding that window in. She is solid. The next thing we're going to do now is we've got ahead and got some expander foam here. We're going to just go run around a bead of expander foam around the outside just to seal it all up. It should be fantastic. We'll leave that overnight to harden up and dry. Then tomorrow we should be able to come back, trim it up and start putting some trimming on. Alright guys, so it's the next day, we're back here. So today we want to focus on getting the outside surround back in here nicely. And it should come up sweet, fingers crossed. So we can box it all in. And we've got a little bit longer piece for just down the bottom here because what we want to have is a bit of a ledge. So when we put the roller blind back on this door, on this window, it comes down, it's got somewhere to seat to. So in saying that, let's go cut some wood and see what we can come up with. Alright guys, so there we go, we've got the framework in, everything's looking fantastic. Still not 100% complete yet, we've still got the roller blind to put on outside and we've still got to put some paint on it, but we did discuss that this area here is going to be a room of its own when we get into it, so we thought we're going to leave that for now. We've got the window in, which is what we want. While we had the saw, we've gone and cut that section out, got our new window in. Looks absolutely fantastic. Saved ourselves probably up to about $3.5 grand. I think it was we were quoted to get a new window put in this area and fitted. And we've managed to do it ourselves. We're still going to put a little bit of a border around the outside of it just to cover up the little gap that we had there. And it should come up looking pretty sweet. As for the inside, we've gone ahead. We've still got that all ready to go too. When we get into that room, that'll be a separate video also. We'll get the last of the mortar sorted on that, get the skirting around the outside of it. And again, should come up absolutely fantastic by the time we're done. Just going to give it a little bit of a quick clean over on the glass. Got all the paint overspray off of it and it's come up relatively good. Decent hard clean up on it with some decent cleaning materials. We'll probably bring it up smicky duck. Should be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely enjoyed doing this. It was an absolute challenge. Something new for me. Unfortunately, we didn't get into the bathroom in this video. We did, however, manage to get the roof pinned, so that's all sorted and ready to go. So you have to follow us along on the channel. For the next video, we will be in that bathroom getting that wall down before we have to hand back the saw. In saying that, we'd like to say thank you for all your love and support to the channel. If you're enjoying the content and like to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, set your notifications for upcoming videos, press that like button. Set any comments down below if you've got things that you'd like to see in the videos or maybe that could help me out with my videos. Would be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, if you want to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we are on Instagram and Facebook. Just chuck in StayTrue TV, you'll find us. Stay safe and we'll catch you next time.